Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Raven. This is Hearts of Iron 4. For the past half hour, I've only been listening to the intro music because it's so gosh darn beautiful. And finally, after almost 2 years since it's been announced, Hearts of Iron is about to be released for everyone. But I'm among the privileged few to give you some gameplay footage before it actually comes out, so you can get familiar with the game and, well, get hyped even more. I mean, I've been waiting for this game for a very long time. Definitely since it's been first announced, maybe even from before. I've got hundreds of hours in Hearts of Iron 3, which may be nothing compared to a game like EU4 or Stellaris. I'm already over 100 hours by now. The thing is, with Hearts of Iron, it's such a complex and focused game that multiple playthroughs start feeling the same at some point. At least in 3 it felt that way, because you're only playing the Second World War. This is purely a war game on World War II. The struggle between good, evil, and slightly less evil? No, not really. Anyway, I do love that they use the same music from 3, only recomposed this bit. I can listen to classical music really well, and I'm gonna put the music down because you want to hear me speak. Anyway, so Hearts of Iron 4. You all know which nation I'm going to play as because this is a game about World War II, and I'm very much into World War II. So we're gonna do a single player game. I haven't loaded the game more than just the main menu, just fiddling with settings and listening to the music while reading a beginner's guide that Paradox sent along with the code for the game, which is quite nice. I did pay for the game as well. I mean, I'm like, yeah, they deserve my money for this as well, but I did get a pre-release code, but then again, not that much of a difference. Anyway, new game. We will play in the Gathering Storm 1936 start. The other one is the Blitzkrieg 1939 start. Basically, it's 2 weeks until war here. 2.5 weeks. If you go by chronological historical date, it's actually 3 weeks. Yeah, September 3rd. Anyway, January 1st, 1936. Gathering Storm. Dark times are coming. In Europe, Hitler has consolidated his power, and his attention is now increasingly drawn beyond Germany's borders. Mussolini's Italy continues to embark on daring military adventures, while the Empire of Japan stands poised to attack China and Asia. Almost 20 years have passed since the end of the Great War, and the world has yet again been doused in gasoline. A single spark may be all it takes. As it was said at the end of World War I, when the Treaty of Versailles was signed, was a French general, I don't know his name, but he said, this is not a peace, this is a 20-year armistice. And he was gosh darn close on the mark on that one as well. A Gathering Storm. Oh, they So in the pre-release screenshots, Hitler's face was blacked out. And apparently they went back on that, which I do agree. So here we have the major nations that you can pick, the great powers. So we have France, Edouard Daladier, a stout defender, so he's very focused on defense as an AI, which is good. The United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the only president to sit longer than 2 terms. And his successor, Harry Truman, pushed through the amendment in the Constitution. Don't quote me on this, I want to say the 25th, might be a different number, but basically the amendment that says a president is not allowed to have more than 2 terms. I mean, he is a He dislikes Germany. That's basically his shtick. Okay. Neville Chamberlain. Oh, the apologizer. He just... Ooh, Chamberlain. Yeah, he did some... He allowed Nazi Germany to grow. He did. He was, trying to appease... the tactic of appeasement, which did not work. Italy with Benito Mussolini. Never elections. Yeah, there are some national spirit things going on. We'll get into that later. So Japan, Hirohito, the warrior code. Call ally desire -40. Oh. Less likely to call in allies to his wars, okay? And Joseph Stalin. Yeah. Because victors write history. Stalin was as much, if not even a worse man than Hitler was. If you go back in history, I don't want to apologize for what Hitler did, definitely not. But he did better things than Stalin did. You cannot deny that. But since the Soviet Union and the US, basically, and the United Kingdom for a lesser extent, were the main victors of the war, they wrote history in the end. And Stalin came out as not such a bad guy, where Hitler... Yeah, he was a bad guy, but he also did good things for the German people, at least in the beginning. There's a reason he got elected and popular in the beginning. So, but that's beside the point. He was still a rotten apple, a really bad person. But we're still going to play as him because Germany is just the most interesting nation to play as in this game, period. Anyway, national spirit. We have in charge the NSDAP, the Nationalsozialistische Deutsche Arbeiterpartei, the Nazi. Now that's where the term Nazi comes from. National Socialist, Nationalsozialisten, the Nazis. Rooted in extreme nationalism, National Socialism is driven by ideas of German supremacy. It promotes aggressive expansionism and a totalitarian state where the people are united under a leader with absolute power, the Führer. Can force government of another country to adopt the same ideology, can send volunteer forces. Justify war goal when at war with a major, -80%. Wow. We are a bitter loser. Ideology drift defense +50% and can create factions. Bitterness over the defeat in the Great War dominates the politics of this nation. This was also a major reason how and why Hitler came to power. It was the Great Depression as well as the bitter sweet peace that the Allies signed at the end of World War I that really put all the blame and everything on Germany, and really just that basically ensured a Second World War. If not for Hitler, it would have been someone else. General Staff, division organization up and planning speed up. The German General Staff was responsible for the continuous study of all aspects of war, including the drawing up and reviewing of plans for mobilization of campaign. This contributed to a higher level of organization in the army. Well then. Yes, German Reich. Historical AI foci, that's fine. We are a regular. We're not a recruit. And this is the first game, not gonna go veteran, even though I know I'm pretty decent at these types of games. There we go. Yeah, and here you can also pick other nations, actually, than just Germany. But let's just go. We are Germany. Ooh, that the bell. For whom the bell tolls, everyone. So, welcome to Germany. And yes, we have NATO counters, which I do love. When we zoom in, though, we can see the other things going on, like Berlin has some Panzer divisions. These are just scout divisions, so if we select one... can I see what's in it? 240 Panzerkampfwagen, 250 infantry equipment, 100 Opel Blitz for the support equipment, 24 towed artillery. Regular experience. Oh man, this is It's already overwhelming. Yes, I know, it's crazy. So this red line is the demilitarized zone. We are not allowed to enter the demilitarized Rhineland. Well, that's of course going to be one of the first things we need to fix now, don't we? Dutch troops over here. Insufficient intel. Oh, Hearts of Iron. Yes. Zooming out, just NATO counters. That is... You can see them splitting up at some points. That's basically when you zoom out far enough. The units are consolidated into the territories, the regions they are in. See, so this is the region. You can see the bigger... But if you zoom in, you see the provinces. So these are the provinces. This is a region. And this is basically a super region, I assume. There's some default map mode, strategic navy map mode. So this is for the navy's stuff to do. It's 12 on the January 1st. Kiel Canal. Not bad. And the strategic air mode. Same regions as the navies, but navies of course have nothing to do with the land nodes, but yeah. So navies and air forces work now with larger regions in which they get a larger region to work with and not just a province, which is a good change. Anyway, let's just go over the UI for a minute. So if we go here, German Reich, this is basically our political things. So here we have our leader, we are Adolf Hitler. We need to select a national focus, we'll come back to that next. National spirit means the things that we have as bonuses or negatives. Say the USA starts with a negative here, national spirit, that is the Great Depression. We are the leader of the Axis faction. We could dismantle it, but we won't do that. Can force government of another country to adopt the same ideology. Can send volunteer forces. Can create factions. Fascist. We have no elections. This is the strength of our party currently. We're going to look to increase that power a little bit. Laws and government. Limited conscription. We are recruitable Our recruitable population is to 2.5%. We can change that, but for that we need political power, which is up here. Every nation gets 2 political power a day. Because we're a dictator, Adolf Hitler, we get 50% bonus. So we get 3 a day, which is quite nice. And you can change laws and other things through with enough power. So at one point we might do service by requirement. Or all adults serve. I think at one point they had to go there. Scraping the barrel actually with at some point. But yeah, the more people you recruit, the harder it will be on the country. So I would like going to extensive conscription actually. One of the following must be true. Either you're a fascist, you're communist, or you are at war and estimated enemy strength ratio 50% or more compared to our army. Service by requirement. At this point, factories start to be hurt tremendously by it. So, and for all adults serve and scraping the barrel, you have to be at war at the very minimum. So, but we could all go all the way to service by requirement. I'm not sure if you want to. Also, it costs twice as much political power. But yeah, the factory output and construction speed thing, that's not good. The training time increase, that's handleable. Anyway, that's conscription laws. Next up we have trade laws, so we have limited exports currently. Which means resources to market, only 25%, so we keep a lot of our stuff to ourselves. Which gives our factory output and construction speed bonuses, and also research is a little bit faster. Actually, with higher, it goes up as well. Export focus, factory output, construction output, research time. Closed economy, you can be at war, but you have to be at war. You have to be fascist or communist. You have to be following the war economy or total mobilization thing going on. Countries not Soviet Union has not Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Yeah, that's for later on. We're currently partially mobilized, which means that 20% of our factories are consumer goods factories. That is forced. So 20% of our factories have to do things for our people. As you can see here, we currently have 40 military factories, 10 naval dockyards, and 32 civilian factories, and in use are 29 and 16 of those. And of course, total mobilization. Any enemy country has more than 50% of German Reich's total number of factories. Probably, once you use A joints, you can totally mobilize. Probably. War economy, possibly a good idea as well for us. Construction speed up and other things, yeah. I think we want to go to a war economy pretty damn soon. And then we can add political advisors as well. We have room for 3 political advisors, so we can have Heinrich Himmler, which would give us partisans have less effect on us, foreign subversive activities efficiency down. Basically, he's a good spy. Joseph Goebbels, daily fascism support goes up. Yeah, he's propaganda. Captain of Industry, Hjalmar Schacht. Construction speed up for most of your things. That's also nice. Walter Funk, construction speed up for military factories and dockyards. War industrialist. So you can basically design your nation like that. But you need the political power to do this, obviously. Political power gain, Martin Bormann. That's not bad at all. Silent workhorse. Yeah, I think Bormann was sort of Hitler's second hand, right hand. But backroom backstabber von Ribbentrop. More political power, also ideology drift defense, so it's less likely you drift away from being fascist. Fritz Todt has completed the focus west wall, is required before we can even hire him. Land fort, coastal fort, anti-air. Anyway, that's laws and government. And then we can add designers, so we can have Porsche, Henschel, or Mann as our tank designers. They all reduce research time for armor, but they also have different added things to your armor. So Porsche makes your tanks more durable, Henschel will make your tanks faster, and Mann will make them better against... well, soft attack is basically against infantry, so... And more reliable means they can hold out longer without breaking down. Germania Werft or Blumenvoss. Different types of things for ships as well. By selecting this design company, they will permanently affect capabilities on all equipment researched while they are hired. Okay, so... Blumenvoss makes your ships faster, and Germania Werft makes them just beefier. Aircraft, Messerschmitt, Junkers, Focke-Wulf, Heinkel, Dornier. In reality, all of them created aircraft. So you have the Junkers is most famous for the Stuka dive bombers. The Messerschmitt is the one that eventually got the jet-engined ones out. So light aircraft, CAS designer, CAS, close air support, aka the Stukas. Junkers, it actually says Junkers is most famous for having developed the Stuka dive bomber. Messerschmitt focused on the design of light aircraft such as fighter. Focke-Wulf is a special interest in designing medium aircraft such as heavy fighters. Heinkel doesn't say anything special, and Dornier. So naval aircraft, better for navy ships, for carrier ships, and Heinkel is for strategic bombers. Material designers, yeah, we will want to hire some of these companies as soon as we can as well. So that's where you need the political power for to get motorization research time with Opel, Rheinmetall artillery research time, and Mauser. Yeah, for infantry equipment. Industrial concerns for better things, building, industrial research and stuff. Theorists, rocket scientist, Blitzkrieg, Guderian, Udit, Heisenberg. Just because it's Heisenberg, you know, even though he will probably leave for the States maybe at some point. I don't know. von Manstein and Guderian von Manstein, von Richthofen. Saalwächter, one of the more famous admirals of the German Navy. Wow, he just gives naval experience. And this guy just gives... Oh, that's actually quite nice. Von Richthofen. More experience gained for your armies and navies. Experience is up here. And you need experience to design and redesign your armies and or navies and or aircraft. So and you also get experience for sending them overseas first in, say, the Spanish Civil War. So there's also military staff that you can add. Von Brauchitz, Army Innovations. Chief of the Navy, Dönitz, probably commerce rating. A genius. Karl Dönitz was a German admiral with a fondness for submarines and the trade interdiction doctrine. While Raeder was a German admiral who favored the use of traditional surface ships and the fleet and being doctrine. There's a lot to go over in this first video, so hold on to your butts. Kesselring, Göring, von Greim. Man, so many student. Yeah, airborne assault. He's just powered up. These are the extra military high command, so you get... Oh, hello, Iron Rommel. And von Rundstedt, of course, division recovery rate. So after attack, people will lose their organization. And von Rundstedt, if you have him in the military staff, you will get it back faster. So we have the Chief of Army, Navy and Air Force, and then 3 General High Command that we can add on top of that. And that's just a political screen, so let's select a national focus to focus on in the beginning. So here is the German Reich focus tree. These are all important things. So we have... So all of these in the beginning take 70 days to accomplish, and they will use 1 political power every day. You will want to do these things, so they're quite important. Also, look at what the Rhineland does. When you finish it, so Moselland and the Rhineland will no longer be demilitarized zones, so you can't put your armies in that red zone in the west. Remilitarization may be reversed if you're confronted and back down. No. Political power goes up by 120. So you spend 70 days worth of 1 power, you get back 120. That's a net gain of 50 on its own. And it increases the tension by 2. World tension is over here. The tenser it is, the more likely it is that neutral nations can act upon things happening in the world. So we could either befriend China or befriend Japan, the Anti-Comintern Pact. But you could go... Oh, you can go either way. You can actually go with an alliance with the USSR. Holy crap. Turkey gets event ultimatum from... no, let's annex Wargol against USSR. Oh boy. Yeah, I think the most important part to go first is go down the Anschluss tree, of course. But first we will want to choose the Rhineland, because that is an important national focus for us. It does take a while, so now you can see we only gain +2 every day because we are focusing on the Rhineland. So then this red area will no longer be red at that point, which is our goal in the beginning. Anyway, that was just the first tab, the first political tab. Next up we have, by the way, going up here on the top, national unity. The lower your national unity, the more likely it is your country will crumble when invaded. 90% is pretty good. It means that we can hold out for long. I know France starts very low national unity. So if France is taken out quickly, they will crumble. Over here, again, political power. We've seen it before, and it's already being changed. on a daily basis. Over here we have manpower, obviously, and the amount of people available to train new troops. Eligible core population 2.5% of 65 is basically available to us. It does grow, so we have about 2,000 growing every month, which is not a lot. So this is why I want to improve my manpower as well. Factories in use, you can see that there are some factories already in use, so we are already building things. Army, Navy, and air experience. Here are the amount of convoys we have, which are needed to supply troops, to trade resources. So we're currently probably supplying over here the East Prussia area with our convoys. Of course, over here we have the time. Overview of our divisions. Oh, these are all the divisions we currently have. So that's nice. Yeah, we're gonna have to start assigning some theaters as well. The Western Front and the Eastern Front. Anyway, so next up, research. Yeah, this is world tension, this is the time and stuff, and let's put it down back to 1 just as... so here we see we currently have a 1% down on research time from limited exports. Here we see we can do 4 researches simultaneously. These are all the research tabs available. Green is what we have already researched. Research, yes. Weapons 1 has been researched. The Opel Blitz has been researched. Up here you can see these timestamps. These years, these dates, correspond with the difficulty of the tech and when it is supposed to be researched. So over here, 1936, Special Forces is level 1. It's supposed to be researched in 1936, is when it actually became available. This is sort of historically accurate for the most part. Over here we see Night Vision, 1943. If you started it now, it would take us 2,000 days to research, compared to support weapons, which would be only 148 days. It gives lots of defense and breakthrough bonuses to our units, which is probably what we might want to research. As we can see, improved infantry equipment is 507 days because it's currently 2 years ahead of time. This is the 1938 category. And then Marines and paratroopers can already be researched. We can research the Panzer Sonderkraftfahrzeug number 11, but again, 1300 days because it is a 1941 tech. But it is a better motorized infantry unit. So this one actually goes all the way to mechanized as well. So the tabs are infantry, support battalions, which allow you to change up your motorized rocket artillery. Ooh, that's cool. So support battalions are added equipment to your nation, basically. So you can have a field hospital, you can have a logistics company, or even a signal company. It doesn't require you to have the radio first, but signal companies are quite important for us. Military police, maintenance company, and then of course engineers and recon. You can have a certain number of support battalions in one group in the field. So if we look at one of our infantry divisions, details, the template, yes, this is what we need. So this is our current troop, the one we have, the SS Verfügungstruppe, which is probably one of the stronger units we have. They have 9 units of motorized infantry, which is quite a thing. So here you can also see modifiers. They have 22 defense, 3 on breakthrough, 6 on soft attack, 1 on hard attack, 1 on suppression, 5 on organization, 25 hit points, 8 kilometers per hour is their maximum speed. They cost 175 to produce, they cost 1200 manpower to have around, and their modifiers for having to cross a river, doing an amphibious attack, forest, mountain, urban, jungle, and marsh. Now these are just our main combat units. You can have up to 25, I think, in one unit, but those are really big big battalions, big divisions. This is a battalion, this is a division. You can also have support battalions in your division. You can have up to 5, and if we look back at research, I believe we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types. But you can have multiples of the same one, I think. We'll notice that in the near future anyway. So we have, currently on the SS, we have a recon company, which gives recon bonus, which makes you move faster, basically. It allows you to move faster. Then we have the engineer company, which gives you attack and defense bonuses in difficult terrain. And we have a support artillery, which has a huge soft attack. Basically, they go through infantry as a knife through butter. This is what they do. Also, engineers have a very high breakthrough value. They have a higher breakthrough value than the motorized infantry, so they can break through an enemy defense much easier than regular infantries. If we look at this infantry unit, you currently have an engineer and a support artillery and 9 infantry at your disposal. These divisions are very much divided. Here you can see the overall stats as well. They have a total 75 soft attack, 54 from having 9 infantry units, 3 from 1 engineer company, and 18 from that 1 support artillery. So artillery is also a support battalion, but it doesn't show up in this list because it's a different one. I think there's a 9th one. I think there's actually 9. What this means is that all of these support battalions require the Opel Blitz. And here you can see the signal company requires the radio to work as well. Radio allows you to reinforce faster. Signal company, I think, gives you faster organization speed for battle plans, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, back to research. Our third tab is armor. So we have, this one goes top to bottom instead of left to right. So we have the Leichttraktor, the Großtraktor, Panzer Kampfwagen 1 und 2. Then research next up, the Panzer III. That is ahead of time, definitely. But it would still be pretty decent to have. But I think researching it now is not great. But here you can see other things that you can research. Ooh. The Wespe. Enables the Wespe. So you can see here, this one is piercing. So this is a regular Panzer Kampfwagen. This allows you to have, they will be better against infantry. This makes them better against, I think, I'm actually not entirely sure. The Flak obviously makes them stronger against, here we can see. Panzerjäger 1, German for Tank Hunter 1, was the first of the German tank destroyers to see service in the Second World War. Mounting the Czech Skoda 47mm pack anti-tank gun on a converted Panzer I chassis. Here you can also see that it costs which resources it costs to build. So I think that gives it a bigger hard attack, so it's actually against other tanks. Yeah, this one only has a hard attack of 4, but a soft attack of 10, the Panzer I. So, this one is against other tanks. The Bison towed guns, which were assigned to the infantry gun companies of motorized infantry regiments, had difficulties keeping up with tanks during combat. The solution was to modify a spare tank chassis to carry it into battle. Against the Bison, it uses the chassis of the Panzer I. This will give you a huge amount of soft attack. Aha, so hard attack versus tanks, soft attack versus infantry, and of course flak versus air units. Anti-air cannon mounted on the chassis of a panzer tank. I think we will want the Wespe. This is going to be our first research to research the Wespe as a specialized tank, basically. These are heavy tanks. We can also do heavy tanks, but for now I want to go into light because I want to go into medium mostly. Well, then again, I don't need that. Good question. Now, I'm still gonna get that, because over here are the different King Tiger, the Mouse tank. Oh boy. Next up, artillery. Here you see the... this is the other one. The anti-tank is the 9th one. Of course. And anti-air is also there. So there's actually 10 support brigades. Oh my god. Interwar artillery effects. Support artillery soft attack, as well as regular artillery soft attack. Oh, so artillery can be both a support and a regular... Anti-air upgrade. Support becomes stronger, and then you have a better division in general. And you get anti-air upgrades again. They just become better. And then you have advanced anti-air. Wow, this almost looks like it's a really big emplacement. Holy crap. Advanced. Also, you get rocket artillery at some point. Those are just pretty cool to have. But yeah, anti-tank. That's towed anti-tank. And then you have the improved anti-tank. And the advanced anti-tank. I don't see self-propelled yet, but that might be somewhere else. That's somewhere over here. No. Armor, no. Doesn't look... We'll find it soon enough. Or is it somewhere over here? Now this is just stronger artilleries. Anyway, land doctrine. This is also very important. You can only have one doctrine at a time. The doctrine basically is your war philosophy, so to speak. What do you do? What is your country focused on? How does your country fight? And in case of Germany, mobile warfare. Blitzkrieg is what Germany was all about in the Second World War, at least in the beginning. Superior firepower. You can say that is the United States. Doctrine focuses on throwing shells, but not men, at the enemy. Our manpower is precious, bullets are cheap. The Grand Battle Plan. Extensive planning and preparation before engaging in battle is the key to success. More the US and... no, the UK and France doctrine. Just be prepared. Mobile warfare, focus on speed and maneuver to cut off and disorganize enemy forces. Where's the year for these? Doesn't say actually. Doesn't have a year. These are just researched basically. So yeah, we will want to start on delay, so that gives more organization for all infantry and motorized mech units. Very nice. So a lot of it. Yes. Delay defender that unlocks as a tactic during a fight. So tactics movement goes down, attacker tactic damage goes down, defender tactic damage also goes down. Organization indicates combat readiness and how organized the unit is. So it gives a lot of organization. Oh, that's going... I think all of them give organization. No, not all of them give organization, but some of them do. Anyway. Finally, mass assault. Perfect weapons over a rated large number of good enough weapons is the path to victory. That's basically the USSR. Just throw men at the problem. The thing is, your country can only have one doctrine at a time. For us, it will be mobile warfare. We can switch doctrines, but I don't think that is what we want to do. We will want to go towards... unexpected thrust. Ooh. Division speed, organization loss when moving down, planning speed up. Yeah, let's start on delay. Doctrine research, always very important. Also takes a lot longer than regular research. Then we have naval, of course, better ships of all types. Well, maybe we will want some carriers. And I think that's actually a pretty good idea. Is one of the main, personally at least, I feel that Germany lost the war because they did not focus enough on dealing with the British Navy. I mean, it's really hard to deal with the British Navy as it is right now. But being able to go for a better Navy will actually make you better. So we already have the second level of submarines unlocked, which is the 1936 level. Hipper class, heavy cruiser, Scharenhost, that's the battle cruiser, whereas the Schlachtschiff is basically the battleship. Bismarck class, they did have a Bismarck out and ready. Oh no, York is these are the battle cruisers. This is actually the But we will start off with researching the Flugzeugdampfer 1. So airplane steamer, basically. I will want that one. Also because the Satellites is after that, and I would like to be able to unlock the Graf Zeppelin. Over here, we have naval doctrine, same thing as with land doctrines, just for ships, fleet and being, trade interdiction, or base strike. Focus on carriers and their support, no enemy will be outside of reach, whether on land or sea. Trade interdiction, against stronger naval opponent, you can focus on tying up their fleet and destroying supply lines to starve their war machine. Makes you stronger with cruisers and submarines. And fleet and being is basically you have one main fleet getting ready. Or always at the ready, so to speak. And yeah, they have different types of things. They're a little bit easier to research than land doctrines, luckily, but radar patrol carrier operations, that's probably the way we want to go. But subsidiary carrier role, carrier organization, upsort efficiency, naval air operations. Anyway, then we have air. Also, this is also top to bottom, like the tanks. It's sizable. Really, this one definitely didn't need the slider, but anyway, we have fighters, close air support, Junker 87, that's a Stuka, Kanonenvogel, upgraded Stuka, and then the Junkers 187, and then jet engines, 1945. That's 8 years ahead. That's 1944 tech actually. The Schwalbe. Yeah, so close air support, fighters, naval bombers, heavy fighters, tactical bombers, and strategic bombers. I don't feel as if we need to research the 110 just yet, or any next level. And then you have, of course, air doctrine. For us, it's battlefield support, because our close air support for helping out with the army, so yeah, dive bombing, Stukas again. Branches are mutually exclusive. Research can only progress in one of the branches. So you have this is common in this. So while all doctrines are mutually exclusive, either going mobile infantry or blitzkrieg is also mutually exclusive. You can't go both ways. You're not allowed to do that. So yeah, by the end of the war, desperate defense is basically we're being screwed up by the enemy. We have to do everything we can to defend ourselves. Shock and awe, that's definitely US tactics. Regardless, finally, the last two tabs, we have engineering, which starts off with electronic engineering, which is a 99-day research that reduces your research time by 2%. So actually it's a 100-day research time, but we have the 1% bonus. So this gives it another 2% down. You know, that might actually be really, really useful to have in the beginning. And finally, industry. Production efficiency cap goes up. Synthetic oil could also be very useful for us. Construction, yeah. I think so. For our fourth tech, I will want to get electronic mechanical engineering. But I want to know, where do we unlock more research slots? Because that is actually something I would like to have. I can't seem to see anything particularly. Better industry. Synthetic oil. Again, mutually exclusive. Either you have concentrated industry, which means that factory output is up and you get more factories, or you have dispersed industry, which is less output, also same amount of factories increased, but you're less. So it's either more output or less vulnerable to bombing. Wow, dispersed industry 5, you basically have a lot of underground industry going on. It looks yeah, that's what the thumbnail looks like to me. Anyway, I think for now our final research will indeed be electronic mechanical engineering. I didn't miss anything that gives us more research slots, I hope. I did say in my in the little booklet, yeah, it's a PDF on the game, that it said that you had like beakers where you could get more tech slots from. Apparently it's not visible right now. Rockets, nukes. Anyway, yeah, research is fine for now. This is what we're doing. We have 3 factories, so let's next up go to diplomacy. Nothing interesting there right now. Sort our opinion of them. Really, we don't like or hate anyone. Same with us. Italy likes us a little bit more, Japan. Nothing very special. So if we go to, say, Hungary, we could do all these things. Boost party popularity. We already have the fascists in charge, is what it looks like. Neither they nor we are at war, so they will not accept going into a faction. Let's look at Italy then quickly. Country list Italy. Italy is a major nation, less likely to join a faction. They don't have a focus yet, or we cannot see it yet. They are at war with Ethiopia, by the way. That's what Italy starts off with, a war with Ethiopia. Anyway, next up we have trade resources. So we have 1 out of 17 is being traded. 15 are used to produce consumer goods, which leaves us 17 for trade. So we currently have... we produce 4 oil, we export 1. Wow. But we still need 13 more, so what we're looking for is to import rubber and to import oil. Oh, actually, we need to look at rubber. United Kingdom, well, let's look at Brazil. We buy 15 for civilian factories too. They can export up to 15 units of rubber. We can only trade for up to 15 units. Let's start trading rubber. Should be enough. And oil, we need oil. Oh wow, the USA has lots of oil. I think Romania would be a good one to get us oil. Send them for the oil. Also exporting some tungsten and importing some, which gives us a surplus. Now we're importing 8 from Sweden. It's what we start off with. That's nice. So we are now importing... yes, so we are importing rubber. It hasn't updated yet, but... construction, so traded and consumer goods. These are our civilian factories. Oh boy. So infrastructure is almost maxed out. Oh no, it's not. We will want to work on our infrastructure. Actually, let's cancel it for now. Do we also need to build military factories? Yes, we do. Let's work on that. How long would it take? Next complete. So this will take until February 19th, 1936 to build a military factory. I think it would be a good idea to get a couple of civilian factories going too. No factories assigned. Yes, let's cancel the military factory now so we can get our... oh wow, that takes a lot more. So military factory is a lot cheaper to build. Let's cancel those two then. Then I want 2 civilian factories, so we at least have 15 simultaneously. All of them are in use now. 5 oil to... That takes a while, but I think it's going to be really good to have. After that, we're going to go work on military factories, obviously. Land forts, naval stuff. I think this is fine for now. And of course, our infrastructure needs to be worked on. If we started off with this, how long would it take? About a month and a half. Air bases are cheaper, anti-air is okay. Radar station, we need radar tech first. We're working on the resources, by the way. We also have, we have constructions for our civilian factories. Air production for our military factories. Here you can see what we are building, what we need. We're building a lot of things. Submarines. Do I not have more available? I have only 1 naval dockyard available right now. Let's put that up for our heavy cruiser. Finish that a little bit faster. We still now need 14 oil. We have 3, we need 17 in total for all these lines of... Wow. We do have plenty of steel to use, so... And we have some military factories. You can see here what we'll can build. Towed anti-air, motorized... We are building all of those already. We are building Panzer IIs. Let's, I think we're fine on what we're building right now. Just put us on infantry equipment for max amount. We can have 15 factories assigned. 3 artillery per day. Let's go to 1 tank every day. It's not a lot, actually. It does cost us a lot of oil more. Oh wow, we're now minus 18 on the oil front. Support equipment, can definitely use a little bit more of that. Let's go to 8. Then we have some factories left over. 10.32 per year in tactical bombers. Let's take 1 off these. 2 of the support equipment, actually. I want more close air support Junkers. So we're now doing 40-40, so now we need to go back to trade and see if we can trade for more. We actually cannot. And then we can... oh man, there's so much to go through, isn't there? So we had research, diplomacy, trade, constructions, production, recruit and deploy. Set priority for equipments. Let's set priority right now for upgrades. Here are our basic divisions right now. So we have the infantry division, which is 9 infantry with an engineer company and a support artillery. And 9 is for now fine, but it does cost us that experience to add, of course, to change this. These are our basic ones. We have a Panzer division, which is 4 times light tanks, 2 times motorized infantry, together with artillery, engineer, and recon. Then we have the SS, which is all motorized infantry with recon, engineer, and support. Can only get anti-air right now because we haven't unlocked more support divisions. Our mountain brigades have no support because they could use recon, I guess, but mountain troops are pretty good at not getting anything. Infantry, yeah, it costs to add, of course. And finally the cavalry, which we will probably not be building any more of, because cavalry. Finally logistics. We see that we need 2.9. On average we produce 2.9 every day. They operate at some efficiency. Stored balance. So this is what we get every day. This is how much we have stored right now. This is what it costs in resources. So I don't think we're actually building any convoys right now. Our dockyards are not building any convoys. I want to put one on the convoys actually. 7.5 year. Just get more convoys for now. Could be useful. Anyway, we might also want to build more naval dockyards. Those might be handy at some point as well. Logistics, these are what we use. That is efficiency of the production. The longer you have factories working on a certain production line, the more efficient the production line becomes, and the more it will produce. But it will only do that for that specific thing. If you have something better, a better upgrade, then you need to start retooling, and that takes time to become as efficient again. So do you want to pump out a lot of weapons that are weaker, or a few weapons that are stronger, but over time you will get more of them? That's basically what you want to do. Anyway, finally we have troops in places. These guys together with these guys. I want you to be in a army. You will be currently an army. Yes, you have been assigned. I want you to start. Okay, so these are the battle plans. We can have a naval invasion order. We can have a paratroop order. A front line, like one of the borders against another country, to set the assigned front along entire border. Okay, offensive line, to draw an offensive line is along which line they will attack. Fallback line, single use defensive order. Fallback lines are useful for positioning divisions for defense. For example, beyond the river or somewhere else in friendly territory. Garrison area, click on states to add or remove them from the army's order. An army with this order cannot have other types at the same time. That's assigning, that's editing, and that's other things. We want to assign a commander to this army. This guy can handle 24 divisions. Erwin Rommel. So we currently have only infantry, which is fine. Von Rundstedt, max entrenchment and combat width down. Skill 3. So if we divide by skill, von Manstein. Panzerleader, Trickstag. Yeah, Rommel, Manstein, Guderian. Leaders of the armies. Of the tank armies. I think we will want Kesseling. No. I think we want von Rundstedt here. Hoth. Also von Rundstedt. You will be in charge of the army. You'll be in charge of the Wehrmacht. So we need to make them garrison these areas, and we will start exercising. Good. So they now have orders. We will soon see what they will do. The German theater 1. Then over here we will want just these guys, except for the tank divisions and the SS troops. So, actually, you can have these guys as well. You will be the next army. You will be probably from Kluge. I'm not sure. Manteuffel. Also pretty good with panzers. What the hell is up with this guy? Seriously, what? He looks... Oh, it's just a really weird looking hat, I guess. So he's a winter specialist. Which could actually be pretty good for the Eastern Front at some point. We can get new commanders, it costs political power. Let's give just Yodel. Yodel is fine. You will also get the garrison command for this area, and you will start exercising. And finally, you will be another army. You will be our first Panzer army. You will be under von Manstein. We'll be exercising. That's what we're gonna do for now. So you will be OKW. Oberkommando. And that's actually Oberkommando der Wehrmacht, right? Der Wehr. Oberkommando der Wehr. Name you weer Oost and you weer West. For now. And you will be this Erst Panzer Armee. So we have our first groups. Why are you? Army without. We'll have that as a front line. Actually, no. I don't want that. Aha! Oh no, that looks weird. We need to cancel these orders. How do I cancel these things? Yeah, just garrison this area, I guess. That for now is fine. You still have garrison, you've garrison, you've got all... They all have garrisons now. German Theater 1, settings. There actually should be another one. That's not good. You guys need to be in a different theater. How do I make another theater? New theater. There it is. Haha. German Theater 1. Heeresgruppe Ost. And this will be the settings. Heeresgruppe West. Gruppe West. Trying to be a little bit historical with naming conventions because I like that idea. So you'll just be the first army, then they will be the second army, Zweite Armee. There you go. So we've set up, and let's unpause for a little bit. We're not training any new divisions, which might be a good idea. Let's train some Panzer divisions to get you to the Ostmark. Let's make a couple of them. The amount of division that each line will train before being removed. Just do a couple of them. Can I automatically put you on them? I don't know. I apparently cannot put you automatically to a army. Doesn't appear to be the case. Oh, you can change colors too. That's quite nice. Use division template. No, that's fine. So also just build one just in Brandenburg. And build some infantry units in Hanover. Just 2 SS for now. We're building a lot of stuff. Also build me some of these. Oberbayern, sure, why not? No cavalry. Okay. That's unit training going on. Let's unpause and see what's happening. Yes. A turn is 1 hour in this game. It's turning to night. Holy crap, that looked cool. Time actually goes reasonably fast considering. They are now training, they're doing things, so we can select each here. Ah, here you can see what they're doing. They're all moving down here because currently we are not allowed in the Rhineland. It's been now 1 day, so this is now 1 progress. Oh, hello, what is up? Unfulfilled import requests. We still need more rubber, we still need more oil. Low trade influence. Oh, distance, relation. I still have convoys over, so... Yeah, that's a problem. We need more civilian factories to actually trade stuff. This is why we're also building one of those synthetic factories. Let's see. Neighbors. The Netherlands. By 5 for 1 civilian factory. We can only trade for up to 1. You know, set that trade at least. Rubber. Oh yeah, we can also do that. Let's buy 8 more. It costs me those factories here, but getting resources is probably a little bit more important right now. With our current economic policy, the people expect 20% of our total number of factories to produce consumer goods. This need is fulfilled by civilian factories only, leaving us with 17 factories, where 17 can be used for trades. And this is what we're currently doing with our trade. Romania, 2 factories are importing 16 oil. 1 is importing 5 from the Netherlands. So we still need 1 oil, but we are getting a surplus of rubber now. So we're still low on oil. They are providing us 5 out of 5. Yes, I know, we need 1 oil. Rubber from Brazil is not being fulfilled. Turn that off. Let's buy 7 instead. That should work. We still need more oil. So, oil, Romania. Can we get more oil from? Yes, we can. Does cost another factory. The 16 is fine. Oh, you bastards. I'll do it like this, and then cancel our trade with the net. Oh, hello. You are going to provide us 8 now. Then we need some more. Let's do Venezuela. Send you 8 as well. There we go. Now we have a surplus in oil. Finally. So, how are our armies doing? It's been 5 days. They are training. Look at them. They're training. Affected by attrition. Yeah, there will be attrition. Probably the weather. 0.062 every day. How are our other armies doing? Are they training too? Yeah, they are training. The Polish armies also seem to be training. Or not doing anything. Training. Actually, you can put them in provinces behind the border to have them train. Might actually be a decent idea with the Heeresgruppe posts. So we will garrison just this area for now. We will put them on East Prussia as well. Not these two. No, screw it, screw it, screw it. Just keep them on the border. Stop exercise. Gives you a trickling of army experience, yeah. Just in the beginning you need a little bit. You only really get experience once you start fighting, obviously. Capacity airplanes standing by. Can you do training too? No, I think only armies can train. Anyway, I think that's been a pretty decent overview and a pretty sizable first video for our Germany Let's Play once again. I tend to make these pretty long. If you have any more questions, just let me know in the comments. I'm pretty excited to finally be playing Hearts of Iron 3. I really am. And it's going to be fun. Next time we will go start speeding up the game as well, because this was just going through all the menus, seeing what you can do, and we still haven't seen anything. We are gaining some political power, which is good, making sure we can get to Rhineland. Gets us a lot of political power, which will allow us to get an advisor or get a tank designer going. I think we might want a tank designer. Question is, where do we get more air experience gain, army experience gain? Could be useful to have those as well. Industrial. Do you just research time? Yeah. What I would like to have is more room for science. Daily democracy support? Yeah, no way is that gonna happen. No. Hell no. I'm gonna find out where I can get more technologies. So, can I deselect you? I'd hope so. The Heeresgruppe Ost and West. I can only see one of them apparently. But that's fine. I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date in the future. I'll see you guys later.